Hello, everyone! Oh, welcome on in! We're back with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. How is everyone doing today? Last episode, we started episode 4 of Twisted Karma and his last vow. And oh my god, why does this game just keep getting sadder and sadder and sadder? Anyway, we're going to continue our investigation to help, I guess, prove Van Zieks' innocence. Hopefully he'll let us actually represent him. I don't see this game going in a direction where we don't. 1st November, room on Fresno Street. Gregson. This really is an out-of-the-way part of London. I doubt many people find their way down this back street. So this dust-ridden, rented old room is where it happened then. Oh.
So, this is where poor Inspector Gregson lost his life.
Yes, and the police are already hard at work investigating, it seems. Is that like a wig on the floor? What is that? Oh, the Red Hair Society thing is gonna come into play. Okay. Whatever it was. I don't remember. I don't see Mr. Sholmes anywhere, though. Perhaps his investigations have taken him elsewhere.
Oi! What do you think you're doing there? Every one of them drawers has gotta be taken right out so you can look underneath and all. I want the space above his ceiling checked, and don't forget to look inside the chimney stack too. Blimey, ain't you lot never gone out looking for dough when the owners are out of town?
Gina's obviously got some unique investigative techniques she wants everyone to adopt.
Oh, so you've turned up at last. Mind you, I ain't been here long myself.
Hello again, Gina.
Sholmes has only just left. You're lucky you missed that. He went prancing around in here, pointing at stuff and flicking that ad of his, and then just scuppered. Oh, he's finished investigating already, you mean? Yeah. He didn't stop to say nothing to no one, not even me.
Gina, would you mind if we investigated too?
Listen, Otto. You're a lawyer, right?
Yes. Why?
Well, you're not thinking of trying to help that Reaper bloke, are you?
Oh! Poor Gina. She's never gonna forget, is she? A trial will haunt her forever. Oh.
Gina, if you don't mind me saying, if Lord Van Zieks really is responsible for this crime, he will be duly and fairly judged in court.
I suppose you're right, yeah. Go on then, Odo. Get investigating. I want to know the truth about what really happened here. Thank you, Gina. Gina, what was Inspector Gregson doing here in the first place?
That's what I want to know.
It's what? A year since I got out the clink. That's why I decided to give up me diving and become a detective instead. Oh yes, Mr. Sholmes twisted the inspector's arm to agree to take you on as an apprentice, didn't he? Oh. Something like that, I think. Anyway, the point is, I didn't really know much about the boss till then. But it turns out, he's a bit of a legend at the yard.
Goodness, really?
They say he managed to solve some really tricky case, just like that. He did? Yup. And ever since then, he started going out on all sorts of investigations, but always on his own. No one else at the yard even knows what half the cases he's working on are, apparently. That's not how it's supposed to work, is it? So what was the legendary inspector doing in a dingy little room like this? I know he had a lot of respect for the Reaper and all. And look what that landed him. Respect for the Reaper? In what way? I heard him say as much. I took my hat off to that fella. Were his words. Not how the general public feels, is it? Most people are terrified of the Reaper. Yeah, the boss said that's exactly why he respected the bloke. I didn't realize Gregson held the Reaper in quite such high regard. He said something else to me and all. That I didn't need to worry about the Reaper because he only goes after people what are bad. It did kind of set my mind at ease when he said that. Right. Oh. What is this place then? Does anyone live here? Apparently it's being written by some cove called Hugh Bone. Nice. Hugh Boone? Sort of... it's a sort of here today, gone tomorrow name that isn't it. I don't know why I read that line like that. Oops. I keep doing this! It's a sort of here today, gone tomorrow name that isn't it? Yeah, he's what we call an unidentified person. We haven't been able to get in touch with him. I see. Well, judging from appearances, I'd have to say this place hasn't been lived in for a long time. If ever. What? Well, the lads from the yard piled down to get stuck into the investigation. But there's so little here, no one knew what to do with themselves.
I do wonder.
Yes, Mrs. Otto?
Well, could it be that this Hugh Boone is in fact Inspector Gregson himself?
Whoa. What? How could that be?
Well, if he was investigating on his own, it's quite possible that this was in fact some kind of secret office of his.
Whoa. I'd never even considered that. Nice work, Suze. We'll actually fall in the line of inquiry like that ourselves. You are? If you look around the room, you'll see. There's a few things that hint at it. We should really investigate this place in detail.
I see that's where the poor inspector was found over there.
Yeah, that's right. They said it was a single bullet what did him in. Apparently the bullet went right through him and struck that candle tree on the wall. Oh yes, it's blown one of the candles apart completely. And the gun used there is on the floor. It's the Reaper's in it. No denying that. What? Really?
How do you know that?
Take it easy. I don't know what to do with myself when you stare at me with them bigger wide eyes. I'm only saying what I've heard. I don't know much about guns myself. But there's some bigwig lawman or whatever who said so. Why don't you ask him? A bigwig lawman, is it? Anyway, Fresno Street must run along that window there. There was some street sellers just outside it heard the gunshot.
Oh, but I don't recall seeing anybody outside.
Yeah, they've all been taken down to the yard for questioning, that's why. We're talking about the yard's legendary inspector here, after all. They'll be getting a grilling. Do you think we might be able to speak with those street sellers ourselves? Oh, I doubt it. Lads at the yard will just want to know what you're snooping around for when you'll be up for grilling and all. So we can't interview the witnesses then. Shame. Shame. That's just how it be.
This looks like some sort of notice board or something.
And it's absolutely covered in scraps of paper.
Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, look!
This... You mean, it's an autopsy report, isn't it?
And these are case notes here, and details of prison inmates.
Yes, in fact, they're all sort of documents that only a detective could normally acquire. What on earth went on in this room?
Some old newspaper cuttings. Ah, and this one here.
Oh yes, the advertisement, you mean? To the Red-Headed League? That's what it was. But why? What's that doing here?
Whoever occupied this room was clearly interested in it for some reason.
I'm wondering how everything's going to connect. How Gregson's murder, I'm assuming Von Zieks' was framed, how that's going to come into play, how the Red-Headed League, and also the missing husband. Like, there's a lot of factors in.
Whoever occupied this room was clearly interested in it for some reason. Oh, it's a photograph stand. I suppose it must be a picture of one of Inspector Gregson's family members. Huh.
What's the matter? Your eyes look like they're about to pop out of your head.
They are. Look! Mr. Naruhodo, quickly!
Why do I feel like this woman is familiar somehow? That's the...
I don't remember her name.
Evie. Evie.
Of course she's familiar. We met her only this morning.
It's Mrs. Vigil.
This makes no sense. Why would there be a picture of Mrs. Vigil in here?
To be frank, I don't think I've ever been more stumped.
I'm sorry to say I have no idea either.
A photographic print of a smiling Mrs. Vigil in her younger years. It was found on a desk at the scene of the crime. Curiouser and curiouser. An empty fireplace makes a room feel even colder than it would be otherwise, doesn't it?
It's thick with dust, look. I think it would be fair to say it hasn't been used in a very long time.
In other words, whoever lived in this room must have been extremely hardy in cold weather. Nice, good observation, Renoska.
Or nobody lived here at all and merely visited when the occasion arose. I wouldn't like to say which is more likely.
No, that's right. It's one or the other. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, Spectre. Oh, sir. Poor man. He can't possibly be able to focus on investigating when he's so upset. Aww. Excuse me. Sorry, sir. Can't see a thing, sir. Oh! Oh! Everyone's so heartbroken. Can't see a thing, sir. Too many tears, sir. Right, perhaps I better leave you to your work then. Oh, my heart. Oh, that's so sad. So I suppose this is where the victim...
That's right. The rope is later on the body to show exactly how it was found. Poor Inspector Gregson himself has already been taken away.
It would probably be under Dr. Sife's scalpel by now, if not for what happened last week.
From the shape of the rope, it would appear that the inspector was curled up in a ball.
Yeah. Oh.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? You look like you've just seen a ghost.
I know it's just a rope, but, well, it conjures up quite a terrifying image, that's all. Yeah. Especially with that blood stain next to it.
Oh, I do understand. In some ways, what we picture in our minds can be even worse than reality.
Suzato-san is so strong, though. She's taken this far better than I am. Ever since we came in here, I can't take my eyes off this thing.
Oh, funnily enough, neither can I.
It's a hairpiece, isn't it?
It is! A bright red hairpiece.
And I suppose the fact that it's right there next to where the body was found means we have to accept that Inspector Gregson wore wigs, does it?
And in such a flame-colored red, too.
Yes, that's a color we've come across very recently elsewhere, isn't it?
Exactly. This is a vital clue, I'm sure of it.
A flame red wig found at the scene of the crime on Fresno Street, presumably it belonged to Inspector Gregson. This is presumably the murder weapon, then.
Oh my, it is real, I suppose.
I think so. Guns are so rare in Japan, I really know very little about them.
There's one way to know for sure, Mr. Naruhodo. Fire a shot.
Oh, nope. No. If I did that, I'd be looking for a skilled lawyer to represent me in court. Slightly safer just to ask someone who might know, I think. The killer's revolver. The murder weapon that was found at the scene of the crime on Fresno Street. Probably best to avoid handling it. Oh, what's this?
It would appear to be a little model policeman. It's rather charming, isn't it? In a way?
Seeing as it's on the floor here, do you think it belonged to Inspector Gregson?
It's a little hard to imagine Lord Von Zieks playing with something like this.
Hey, don't judge him! It's only about 8 centimeters tall. It could have fallen out of someone's pocket, I suppose. I think we should record it as evidence, just in case.
Yes, I agree. It is rather delightful after all. In a way.
A small and rather endearing model of a British policeman found at the scene of the crime on Fresno Street. Excuse me. If you're looking down on us from the great beyond, Inspector, don't worry. We'll look after things at the yard. Oh. I've interrupted some deep thoughts there. The top of one of the candles in this candle holder has been completely blown off.
Yes, there's wax spattered on the wall behind, look.
I suppose if a bullet had hit it...
It does seem likely that the bullet hit the candle, having first passed through the inspector's body.
Now that wax on the wall looks like blood to me. A candelabrum from the wall of the room on Fresno Street where the inspector was found, the top of one of the candles appears to have been blown off. Did we get everything? Nope. Someone very haphazardly nailed those boards over the broken glass, haven't they? You couldn't even really call it a window anymore.
Well, if you remember the window in Mr. Natsume's room, that was totally blocked up with bricks. This one does at least let... This one does at least still let in some light, so you could say...
You could say nothing more about it. I'm starting to feel even more sorry for Mr. Natsume now. Okay. Is that it? Or do I have to show something to Gina? Gina, check out this gun! Gina... What is that? Evidence? Work something out about what happened, have you? Oh, no, not exactly. I ain't been long enough in the job to get all this deducting business yet. But I swear I'm gonna get the person what did this to the boss. Okay. I don't know if it... Maybe we move. We didn't really find anything for Von Zieks. I don't think there's anything there. Probably not. We could check on the Chief Justice. judging by the music going out and our little, like, date card here. I think that was a right move. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. You've made good time. I'm just gonna do a generic British voice. I don't know who this is. I took an express train back to London. I can hear Lord Strongheart. Can you?
Yes, it sounds as though he's talking to someone.
Oh! Kazuma! Is everything in place? I had a private compartment on the train so I could check all the paperwork. It's...
Kazuma-sama.
Oh. Hi. Ah, your timing is impeccable. It is? No doubt you have heard the sickening news about the Reaper's latest devilry. Yes?
I'm sure you don't believe it, of course, though, Lord Strongheart. That Lord Van Zieks could have done such a thing to Inspector Gregson.
No, I definitely think he did it. I believe only in the facts. And the facts in this case point to one thing. The unavoidable accusal of Lord Van Zieks for this crime. We must bring charges against the Reaper for taking the life of our legendary detective.
Oh no, surely not.
It's a truly regrettable situation. Tomorrow the Forensic Science Symposium finally begins. At the very least, though, we can show the world our justice system's swift and equitable processes. So does that mean the trial's tomorrow? Of course it's tomorrow! It's always the next day! Precisely. In fact, this is a fine opportunity for introductions. Oh, hey. Yeah, we might have met before. Kazuma. Ah, but of course, you're already acquainted, aren't you? Something like that, just a little bit, you know? Mr. Asogi here will be present at tomorrow's proceedings. God damn it, I knew it was gonna happen, I knew it. Oh no. The minute they said Van Zieks was the defendant, I'm like, they're gonna make the prosecutor Kazuma, aren't they? That's what I thought. Leading the prosecution. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Wait. What? Kazuma? As I'm sure you're aware, he's a very capable practitioner of law. Yeah, just a little.
Kazuma-sama? A prosecutor?
Oh, he's standing! Oh! Oh. He's standing so ominously in the background. I'm sure you can imagine that tomorrow's trial will be closely followed all over London. In fact, no. People all over the Empire will be watching closely to see how it unfolds. There's no salvation for anyone in a trial prosecuted by the Reaper of the Bailey. And now, the Reaper himself must stand in the dock. Quite so. The public wants answers about the Reaper. Answers about how and why those who escaped conviction subsequently died mysterious deaths.
But Lord Van Zieks firmly denies any involvement in such matters.
And there have been thorough investigations that have proven him to be innocent. That's certainly true. Or it has been, at least until now. No. Tomorrow's trial will mark the start of a new chapter in our country's great judicial history. Aww. So, Kazuma will be prosecuting tomorrow? That's right.
But he's a defense lawyer, Lord Strongheart.
Accomplished young law practitioners cannot pick and choose their roles. And imagine what it will mean for the prosecution to know the strategies commonly employed by the defense. A devastating combination. Wouldn't you agree? Absolutely. I have no doubt at all that Kazuma will be razor sharp as a prosecutor.
But why Kazuma-sama? There are surely many other highly skilled prosecutors in Great Britain.
But that wouldn't be good for the story, Susato. Think of this. Oh, jeez. Hi, Kazuma. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen your sprite like this. It was a personal request. I asked to be assigned to the trial. Oh, he doesn't have his headband anymore. You asked for this? But why? It'll all become clear tomorrow. I'm guessing you intend to stand for the defense, don't you? Your eyes are so scary. Although the Reaper appears to be turning down all offers of representation. Oh good, it's not just a me thing.
I'm surprised such a personal request would have been upheld. It seems unprecedented. Quite exceptional, in fact.
You are quite right, Miss Mikotoba. Tomorrow's trial will be unprecedented and exceptional in every way. Yeah, cool. After all, the accused is one of Britain's greatest prosecutors, the pride of the Empire. It would be unwise to give the public a reason to perceive it as the judiciary closing ranks. So that's why you're happy to let a foreigner handle the prosecution? Renosuke, let's see how your skills have been honed. After practicing law in this land for so many months. Oh. Kazuma, I don't understand why you're being so hostile to me now. This isn't going to end well, my friend. Oh. 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 Oh my god. Can I get through 5 seconds in this game without tearing up? Oh yes, we noticed that there was a gun at the scene of Inspector Gregson's death. Do you know if it belongs to Lord Von Zieks? That would be a question for the lead detective investigating the scene. Well, the thing is, she wasn't sure, so she told me I should ask somebody higher up who might know.
That's right, Mr. Naruhodo. Be direct.
It's certainly a model that's issued to all personnel involved in law enforcement, yes. Which includes prosecutors, as I'm sure you can imagine. Why did the prosecutors need guns? Whatever. That makes no sense.
In that case, it could actually have belonged to the victim.
Yes. No. Gregson had his gun on his person. Whatever.
Whatever.
What about Lord Von Zieks? He claims it's currently not in his possession. What? According to his story, he'd lost it. Oh, how convenient. Somebody stole it. Somebody stole it. That's the story. I'm calling it now. In short, it's more than a little suspicious. That's fair. Yeah.
But just because the gun in question is the same type as the defendant's is no proof that it's actually his.
No, of course not. Nevertheless, the situation is grave for Lord Von Zieks. Can we actually talk to Kazuma? I see him standing there. Oh. I'm sorry for all the worry I've caused you, but it'll be alright now. What is it? Because a lot's happened. Has your memory completely returned? Yes, completely. Ugh. I remember everything. His theme. Including what I was coming here to do. Right. Can you tell me that now? It's been 2 games. I'd really like to know. I'm assuming it's his dad. I got that. I'm sure it has to do with his dad.
Kazuma-sama, I can't tell you how happy I am to see you alive and well like this.
But what was his reason for bringing Ryunosuke?
But how did you come to be here in London when you were suffering from amnesia?
It was the voice. This past year, I've been hearing it in my head constantly saying the same thing over and over. Go to London. That's where your destiny awaits. It was that voice that guided me here to London.
I'm so sorry for what's happened.
Anyway, my memory might have returned to me, but there's something that won't return to the way it was before. Huh? What do you mean? I'm a prosecutor now, so I'm sure our paths will cross again very soon. It doesn't look like we're gonna glean much more here. Well, thank you very much, Lord Strongheart. Remember, tomorrow's trial will go down in our Empire's history. There's much you can learn from the public gallery. Nope, there it goes. Sorry to have taken up so much of your time. We'll see ourselves out.
Hold it!
Kazuma, you just hold it at me. Before you go, Ryunosuke. Oh, what is it, Kazuma? I just wanted to thank you. Oh.
Kazuma-sama, what?
You took my determination to heart and brought it with you over the ocean in my stead. And you carried out my role to perfection.
You always were intent on studying British law in order to change our own justice system. It was your dream, and Mr. Naruhodo didn't want to die with you.
Yes, but I had another purpose for coming here.
Oh!
I actually have a favor to ask. Which is, this trial I'll be prosecuting tomorrow. I'd like you to be there to see how it ends. Right in front of me, as the defense counsel. That's not really mine or your choice. Why? What's this all about? I know you have what it takes. But Lord Von Zieks would never put his fate in my hands. On the contrary, he recognizes your talent. He does? Did he say nice things about me? It's not easy to see behind the facade sometimes. Here, have a look at this. Gregson! Gregson, Barrican, the brother, I can't remember his brother's name. That's
Lord Van Zieks and Inspector Gregson.
in a photograph that must have been taken some time ago by the look of it. And who's the third person? It was displayed very prominently in the detective's office. Oh. In Gregson's office, you mean? Yes, what I'm trying to say is, if you really think you can trust the Reaper, you might find that some straight talking makes him take a different view. Take it. An old photographic print displayed rather prominently in Inspector Gregson's office, as if it was a treasured memory. Cute. I don't understand. Why are you giving me this? Just hurry, Reinosuke. Visiting hours at the prison are almost over. What are you doing, Kazuma? Okay, to the prison. I think he was pretty clear.
Oh, Von Zieks, I have a photograph for you.
Lord Von Zieks is still reading that letter.
We've been gone quite some time, though.
Either he's an incredibly slow reader, or it's an incredibly long letter. or he's just bored. Or sad. Or both. I might even be able to read English faster than he can. I was intending to ignore you entirely. But I can't turn a deaf ear to such an insulting Nibbanese. Okay. Oh, sorry. I didn't think you'd hear that. I had the case notes brought to me in secret. I was reading them to pass the time.
Yes, we heard that your trial is set for tomorrow.
Which is none of your business. So, have you found a lawyer? How many times must I reiterate the same thing? This has nothing to do with you. In other words, no.
We were just talking to Lord Strongheart, and the prosecutor for your trial has been decided.
I'd expect nothing less. Though I have no idea who it is. Ooh, you're not gonna be happy. You are not going to be happy. It's gonna be Kazuma Asugi. Asugi. Oh, I forgot. That made the color drain from his face. I forgot. His dad killed deer. Ooh. Ooh. Well done. It seems I'm going to have to engage in conversation with you again after all. Yeah, buddy, I got something for you. Lord Von Zieks, we came by this old photograph. Where did you get that? It was taken when I became a qualified prosecutor. He's so little. He's just a baby. It's almost unbelievable. I assumed it was long lost. Is the man on the left there? Yes, that's my brother. Clint. Clint! That was the name. The person on the left is Lord Clint Van Zieks. It had to be, really. Apparently, this picture was prominently displayed in Gregson's office. He had a deep respect for you, you know. Were you aware of that? Respect? That's nonsense. No, we've heard someone attest to it very clearly. Inspector Gina Lestrade, no less. Well, maybe once, yes. There was a time things were like that. We were brothers in arms, jovially discussing the future of justice and other such lofty subject matter. That was a nice glimpse of the past. I thank you. You're welcome. I feel as though I got a nice glimpse of the past then, too. There was a glimmer of light in his eyes. A brief twinkle. An insight into the true nature of this man and to all as the stone-cold reaper of the Bailey. Oops. Alright, let's talk, buddy. 10 years ago, my older brother, who was the director of prosecutions at the time, was murdered. Pray forgive the discourtesy, chef. And the killer, as you know, was a visiting student from the Far East. Not a single day goes by when I don't curse the name Asugi.
Genshin Asugi was Kazuma-sama's father.
So what a cruel twist the fate it is now. 10 years later, the man's son is to crucify me in some kangaroo court. I still don't understand why Lord Strongheart apprenticed Kazuma to you. That felt like really cruel. For no reason. It's what he does. No doubt he knew the young man's true identity from the outset. Yeah, I'm sure he did.
But what could he have been hoping to achieve?
Just to be cruel? Like, that's just mean. And let's not forget that it was only 8 days ago that Kazuma recovered from his amnesia. Why would Lord Strongheart assign this trial to somebody like that? Asugi. That name is the very epitome of my bane. The bane that is you Nipponese. Right, your hatred of all of us Japanese. I'd only just been appointed as a prosecutor when it happened 10 years ago. My brother Clint, the director of prosecutions, was hunting down a mass murderer. The so-called professor, assigned to the investigation as his partner, was a certain visiting student dispatched from Scotland Yard. And that was Genshin Asugi? Exactly. I developed a deep respect for the man. He seemed noble-minded and chivalrous in the extreme to me. But none of us saw the true nature of that man. That's why I darkened my eyes, so I lost everything when it happened. My esteemed brother, the people I believed in, and any semblance of right prevailing over wrong.
Oh, how awful.
To avenge my brother, I prosecuted in Asugi's trial. Oh! It wouldn't ordinarily have been allowed, but I beleaguered the ascribed prosecutor until he consented.
What do you mean by the ascribed prosecutor?
The man in charge of the Professor case inquiry. Lord Malus Strongheart. Oh. Wait, what? Lord Strongheart? He was a highly accomplished prosecutor. But he agreed to relinquish the trial to me and act as my advisor instead. Since that time, he's the one person to whom I felt indebted.
I'm sure he must have seen your zeal for the case and recognized your potential as a prosecutor.
Anyway, time passed. But then earlier this year, who should have arrived in London but you? And of all things, as a lawyer. I felt your animosity the first time I ever faced you in the courtroom. Your obvious deep loathing of us Japanese. I kept telling myself it was illogical. But for so many years, that hatred had festered inside me. I could no longer control it. And I can understand why. Now I know the history. But in the same way that I've long felt the Nipponese to be the bane of my existence. To Kazuma Asugi, I am the bane of his. The reaper who sent his father to the gallows. Yeah, you guys got a lot going on there. He's looking for revenge and he intends to take it in court tomorrow. Ew. Ooh. Gregson's transfer to the Paris Police Prefecture had finally been arranged for the coming month. But he'll never make it to France now. It's a tragedy. Oh, Gregson. Oh yes, come to think of it, he did mention something about that, didn't he?
wonder, does it happen often? Being transferred internationally, I mean.
It's the first time I've ever encountered it.
Oh,
The Paris police welcoming an English detective is almost inconceivable. I can't imagine what kind of magic Gregson must have worked to put that arrangement in place. Sounds like that mystery has even the Reaper perplexed.
I'm afraid to say that we were very ignorant about Inspector Gregson's standing. We hear that he was considered something of a legend at Scotland Yard.
Again, it was 10 years ago that he first made a name for himself. By uncovering a decisive piece of evidence that exposed the professor's identity. Everything's back to the professor. If it wasn't for Gregson's singular approach to the case, the discovery would never have been made. What sort of approach? After my brother's life was taken, the inspector pushed for a full autopsy.
Oh my, 10 years ago?
Why is that so surprising? Autopsy was considered a desecration of the body at the time and rarely performed. And my brother was of course a noble. That made the idea of it even more unthinkable. But something Gregson had dug up in his investigations made him determined it was necessary. His powerful conviction somehow influenced the House of Lords, and as a result, I could avenge my brother's death. So, you must have had great confidence in the inspector's abilities then.
And it's even more inconceivable that you would have taken his life.
Inspector Gregson. I misread. Marianosuke said. I thought he just said about the gun you used to shoot the inspector, and I'm like, Marianosuke, you can't say that. About the gun used to shoot the inspector that was found at the scene. Yes. That's not mine. Really? Because common opinion seems to be that it is. What do you expect me to say to that? That's fair.
Lord Strongheart informs us that you claim to have misplaced your firearm.
As embarrassing as that is, I'm afraid it's true. When did you lose it then? That I don't know.
Oh,
I was issued with a revolver when I first became a prosecutor 10 years ago. I must have stowed it somewhere, I suppose. Or left it somewhere, perhaps. Still nuts that they give you guys guns.
you have something in common with Lord Von Zieks after all, Mr. Naruhodo. A talent for misplacing things.
Thanks, Susato. No, this has nothing to do with me. Don't drag me into it. Don't make the mistake of associating me with this Nipponese.
Oh dear. The rift is very wide, isn't it?
So it's not decisive evidence, clearly, but it doesn't look good, that's for sure. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh! That's the first time he's ever used my actual name. Oh, it is, isn't it? Look at that, we're making progress. I've lost all confidence in my country's justice system. I don't trust the police, the judiciary, or lawyers. But there's still one thing I'm willing to believe in. What's that? That which you see in the eyes of another across the courtroom. A simple determination to know the truth. Lord Von Zieks. From the very first time we clashed in the Bailey almost a year ago now, I couldn't deny it, even though I dearly wished I could. Here is a loathsome Nipponese who has absolute integrity as a lawyer. There are only two other men I've known with that same look in their eyes. My brother, Clint, and Genshin Asagi. The man he idolized and the man who betrayed his trust in the most hideous way. When you showed me that photograph just now, it reminded me.
You mean
This photograph? Back when I was able to laugh, I was free of the shackles of mistrust that plague me now. I look to the future with hope. Since then, I've protected myself against betrayal by refusing to trust anyone. One sec. One second. But at times the mire into which I've sunk makes it almost impossible to breathe. I'm so sorry. So, Mr. Naruhodo, I want to believe in that look in your eyes. I need to believe in it. In tomorrow's trial, will you advocate for me? Yay! I knew it was coming. It'd be crazy if for like our penultimate episode here, we just watched a trial from the freaking gallery. Of course I will. It would be an honor.
I'm so pleased, Mr. Naruhodo.
Then my life is in your hands. For Lord Von Zieks, that must have been an incredibly hard thing to ask. She defends Von Zieks case 4, and then we do his appeal case 5. Genius. Which is why I simply cannot let the man down. Tomorrow, in the Old Bailey, against my old friend Kazuma. Ugh. To be continued. I am starting to feel a bit stuffy, so I'm probably not going to play much longer, but I imagine we'll have a little lobby scene. We usually have a lobby scene before we actually go into court, so we'll play through the lobby. Unless it starts right in the courtroom. Okay, I was gonna say. We'll play through this, and then before I end up. For today, 2nd November, 8:56 a.m., the Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. There's that old familiar feeling again. The crushing pressure of this historical courthouse. Actually, no, it's a little different today. There's an even more menacing tension in the air.
There's a menacing tension in the air here today, isn't there, I suppose?
Took the words right out of my mind. Yes, I think so. It can only be the result of the menacing appearance of the defendant. A little more courtesy, if you please.
Oh my, I do apologize.
However, you're certainly not mistaken that this trial is far from ordinary. What do you mean? I'm not privy to the details, however. I understand that no jury has been selected. Weird.
A trial without a jury? Well, that's just like the trial of the professor 10 years ago.
Oh. A closed court. Good morning, my dear fellows, and a good morning to you, prosecutor. I mean, well, prosecutor? Detective! Sorry! Sorry, Mr. Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes! I wonder if this is case 4, what case 5 will be. That's... And I was thinking very similarly. I'm like, this seems like a very, like, last case thing. Usually we save, you know, he said knowingly. It seems like a case like this where we're defending, you know, our rival prosecutor usually happens, you know, at the end of the game. My guess is stuff with the professor case is gonna come up, and that's what's gonna be a big focus. That's my theory. Have you made a note of my hair, Mr. Naruhodo? An outright victory for science, you must agree. To be fair, defending Edgeworth is 1-4. It's just that 1-5 was added after. Yes. It technically was the last episode of that game. Have you made note of my hair, Mr. Naruhodo? An outright victory for science, you must agree. Oh, hey, your hair is back. I didn't even notice. To be perfectly honest, so much happened yesterday that, well, I also forgot that you had a hair thing. I completely forgot about your little hair problem. That's so real that me and you, Randolph, one and the same. Huh. What to one man is a little hair problem, is to another a day of drinking dubious potion after dubious potion. Surely there was better ways to do it. You have no idea how much my stomach ails me this morning.
Oh dear, how awful for you.
I'm afraid you only have yourself to blame, Mr. Sholmes. And good morning to you, Mr. Reaper. I'm delighted to see you looking so full of vim. And are you? I see London's celebrated great detective is as active as ever. Oh, you exaggerate, my dear fellow, compared to my paltry engagements with a few trivial cases. The Reaper's overbearing presence is a far greater deterrent to the black roots of crime in our capital. And whilst I may not agree with your methods, there is at least one point on which I would readily commend you. What an honor. And that would be your eye for a good lawyer, sir. Ah, Mr. Sholmes. After all, behind this lawyer there is a very great mind, my own. What are you trying to say? I wish only to say that you should be prepared for quite a trial, Mr. Reaper. Sorry to barge in. Oh, sorry to barge. Gina! I thought it was the bailiff was talking. What's that on her arm? It's a mourning band, I suppose.
Oh. Father, shouldn't you be at the symposium?
It's been postponed. Of course it has. So I have some free time. I decided to come along with the police inspector to see what our country's up-and-coming student in action. I shall be very interested to see the fruits of your studies over the past year.
Thanks, Professor.
Oh, it's an honor to have you here. Let's hope there are some fruits to see. Oh no. Oh! Yes, Gina? What'd you agree to this, say? Why'd you take him on? This Reaper bloke. Everyone says it was him, what killed the boss? We're gonna figure out the truth, Gina. I'm sorry, Gina. But I just don't believe that. Well, if it wasn't him, who was it? I don't know that yet. I don't care who calls him what. Reaper's just the name. He's just the person at the end of the day. And if it turns out it was him what killed the boss, then God help him. He's right there. Fiery eyes, indeed. Yes, the culprit deserves every ounce of your loathing. At least that may be some solace to the deceased. Oh. But please, Odo. Get whoever did this for the boss. Oh, Gina. No, Gina. I ain't feeling this useless, but there's nothing I can do. So you gotta find who done this and make the wretch pay. Counsel for the defense and the defendant. Court will be in session shortly. Make your way to the courtroom at once, please. Alright then. Here we go.
It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. Lord Van Zieks?
One who lost his treasured brother to a mass murderer. Oh. One who lost his treasured father in a foreign court of law. And one who lost the man who helped her escape destitution. Oh! Oh, there's so much loss. All that misfortune, all that pain, uncoursed to collide headlong in this trial. It's time to shine a light on all these dark events. And whatever truth is revealed, we're gonna have to look it straight in the eye. Oh, man. 2nd November, 9:20 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. Oh, boy. Well, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in to the stream today. I would keep going a bit longer, but I am not feeling very well. So, we're gonna raid. We'll be back again tomorrow with more Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where we'll actually get into this trial. Hopefully the trial won't be as sad. I started on Tyrion Cuthbert after the stream. I had you rated on showing an update to it. I'm now excited for the second one. Yay! Very cool. And yeah, we'll be back soon. Thank you guys for being here. I've beaten it, really fun. Nice. Thursday is the day before my birthday, so we'll be doing an extra special stream Thursday. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Sending you off and happy early birthday. Thank you. Sending you off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye.